Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new part of What If Naruto Joined the Anbu. I know, it's been a long time since I uploaded the next part of this series, so yeah, here it is. And don't worry about the movies, they will be coming back to back from 21st to 28th of this month, I promise. And yeah, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's continue with our story. Naruto and Jiraiya. Gaki, I said make the earth a swamp, not a sandpit, Jiraiya scolded as Naruto attempted Swamp of the Underworld for the 16th time with minimum success. Gah, I can't! It's impossible when you're hardening the earth with your chakra while I'm softening it with mine, Naruto accused. Eh? Call it training for all situation. If you can learn to overpower my chakra and create the swamp, the jutsu will be unstoppable. Jiraiya smirked at the blonde skull, but had to dodge several water jutsus, including a well-executed water dragon. What the hell, Gaki? Are you trying to kill me or something? The sage demanded, pulling a kunai that was hidden in the scroll as the dragon came out. Who, me? I was just showing my mentor how much I improved on my water ninjutsu, Naruto replied innocently, two scrolls that held water empty. Sure, Gaki, sure. I think we're done enough with the ninjutsu part. I think it's time for a spar for me to see your progress then, he said evilly. Naruto gulped in reply. Evening. Akira and Angel were both on Naruto's shoulders, who was wearing his Chunin outfit. He sighed as Akira vibrated with excitement. Just don't blow anything up, or set something on fire, please, Naruto begged while rubbing a sore shoulder from Jiraiya's sword slam him into the ground multiple times. While Jiraiya taught him, quote-unquote, that day he had a shadow clone show the panther the art of activating explosive attacks. Needless to say, Akira became obsessed with the explosions, and the look she got around them was creepily similar to a certain nuke ninja currently in the anbu holding cells. Fine. But I get to play, right? She asked. Naruto nodded. Yes, you're allowed your own hand. Here's some money. If you run out, I'm not giving you any more. She took the small bag of real and coins in her teeth and purred. Most of the off-duty anbus and more respectable jonins were already in the poker room when the trio arrived. Dragon inclined his head and a blur of fingers sent the message. Rematch. I want Icha. I know Jiraiya gave you a collection signed. And I want Hikaru gone. He clogged the toilet with water. Naruto sighed back. Numerous anbu sniggered as they caught the exchange. Winner take all. You're going down, mouse. Naruto found some free seats, Akira taking one of the left, opposite to the newly arrived Ibiki Morino. The man looked extremely calm even as the small panther gave a feral grin and dumped her money out, calling to exchange for chips. We'll see, Dragon finished. Hikaru walked in at the moment and plopped down next to Naruto, oblivious about the exchange. Hey Naruto, he started. With a chuckle, Naruto's eye snapped to his friend. Yes, Hikaru? You almost never use my name. Heh, well, you see, I sort of set your spare scroll on fire while cooking dinner. Hikaru finished in a rush. The room went silent as the anbu knew the consequences of messing with their youngest member's Funjutsu supplies. A few seconds passed and Angel jumped off to go bug the reading Kakashi, who would bait her away, while she just kept running back to him. Senpai, Naruto trailed off as he knew Kotetsu and Izumu talked about arriving looking nervous. Suddenly a gleam in his eyes that scared Hikaru more than if Naruto just yelled appeared, and Naruto gave a victory chuckle. I think I'm going to have to kill tonight. Hey, come sit over here, Naruto called the two newcomers, and those two were sitting across from Naruto moved, eager to see the newbies get cleaned out like they had been once. Petty revenge was good for a stressed-out ninja, after all. Hey, I thought you failed and left the academy, a short brunette Chunin said as she sat down. Her comrades nodded and Naruto bashfully shook his head. No, I passed, but I got stuck with a desk job at the tower. He lied and the Chunin gave some pathetic wince. They were of the younger generation that didn't really care about the QB, and even if they did, no one deserved such a fate. But tonight I got told to join in with the poker game. What about you guys? Same here. I'm Tamaki. These three numbskulls are Idate, Hiroshi, and Gen. None of us are that great at poker. What about you? The older ninja kept blank looks, but had to bite their cheeks when Naruto hung his head. I barely know the rules, and I only have this much on me. He held out a payment worth of a D rank. The other Chunin gave him a sympathetic look. Hey, don't sweat it. We'll play against each other tonight. Maybe you'll even win something too, Irate assured him, while his friends hid eye rolls, believing the blonde would be out within a round or two. Naruto gave a teary-eyed nod. That sounds fun. What's first? Hikaru started dealing, not being allowed to play poker as he had no Ryu on him. Well, first off is to get some chips. Then Irate careful instructed continued on Naruto playing the part perfectly. Many in the room had on thought, never underestimate that bastard again. Meanwhile, Akira was lighting a cigar, facing her opponent. My, not many ninjas wear trench coats, she commented as they were dealt with. Ibuki grunted, and not many felines smoke cigars or play poker. He shot back dryly. Touché. She relented and glanced up over Ibuki's shoulder. Out the window, the top interrogator never noticed the instantaneous exchange. 1 hour later. Wow, that was fun. Naruto cheered innocently while the Chunin twitched. Irate crying in frustration in front of Naruto was the other Chunin's chips. Enough to not only replace Hikaru's accident, but still equivalent of an S rank. How? Tamaki asked, as she gaped at the pile. Naruto smiled. A trick he picked up from Kakashi. Oh, who, me? I guess I'm just lucky. And Irate-senpai taught me really well. Thanks for the game. I can't wait to play again. As the Chunin excused themselves, whispering how they have to bunk with one another for a couple of months, they swore to never bet against him again. Enough games, Mouse. Wolf, deal me in. Dragon ordered as he slid into the chair opposite to Naruto. Meanwhile, Ibuki had never been so embarrassed in his life. He, a respected A-rank ninja, had interrogated, was losing to a tiny cat, a talking cigar-smoking cat, but still, a cat? Worse, Uncle was watching him with a video camera in the corner. Thankfully, Ibuki Morino knew the mind and could tell the feline was arrogant. All in? He asked with a blank face. Winner take all, kitty cat. Akira paused for a split second, then felt the okay from her collar. She wore for the occasion. 1. I'm a panther, not a kitty. And 2. Hell yeah! She pushed all of her pile and almost of Ibuki's saving. He wept inside to the middle. Perfect, he thought, with a hidden grin. He had a straight flush, and the odds of the cat getting something higher it's late in the game was almost impossible. Heh, straight flush. Ibuki boasted and slapped his hand down. Akira looked momentarily saddened, then showed Ibuki her hand one by one. Oh, I think I can match that, or surpass it. Royal flush, Ibuki-chan. She taunted, then turned towards the dealer. You turn this back to Ryu and seal it in a scroll for me, Kay? I have more fish to fry. And she hopped off to find her next victim, close by with just a few of the chips in her bags. Soon the summon is in front of the Hokage, who smiled beingly. Why hello, Akira-chan. I see you made some money off of Ibuki. Yes, Monkey Summoner. Now deal me in. I will prove the Tiger Panther clan can beat the Monkey clan at anything, she said with conviction. Within moments, the game began again. Hisoka was crouched on the roof nearby, binoculars pressed on the ledge and looking down at the Hokage's guard. What the hell am I doing? I could be in the milky paradise with beautiful tigresses all around, but no. Akira wants me to cheat for her. How did I end up here? The silent tiger bemoaned inside his mind. Then a shiver ran down up his spine as he remembered the exact motivation for being on a stuffy rooftop late at night. His partner could use explosive tags, as Hisoka activated the Morse code linked to Akira's collar to let her know the Hokage drew an ace. He resigned himself to the reality that his peaceful existence was over the second his summoner had taught Akira how to use the explosives. After the poker game, Naruto carried a sleeping angel home, Akira already having left for home with her winnings. Hikaru walked next to him, huffing. I can't believe you played to make me leave, Chibi-kohai. I thought our relationship was special. Naruto shot him a deadpan look. You bring destruction wherever you go, Hikaru. Not even Anko would put up with you, and her place resembles the fourth shinobi war. Besides, I'm not making you go until tomorrow. Dragon-sama should have the cell ready by then. He muttered the last part too low for the Hyuga to hear. See if I let you stay with me when your apartment gets infested, ungrateful children. Hikaru grumbled. Naruto chose not to point out that his traps and angel prevent pests
and that even if he did have to leave his home for a time, the dorms at HQ actually allowed him. As they approached Naruto's building, Naruto turned. "If you weren't my best friend, I'd sick Hibiki-sama's unit on you. Touch my Funjutsu again and no mercy will be shown, understood?" "Crystal," Hikaru managed. Naruto's summons were now legendary after the spar with Kakashi, and he had no desire to fight them. Entering his place, Naruto brightens as a familiar whiskered face pressed against the window. "Tora, you haven't been by in a while. Have the Genin teams been getting rough?" Naruto greeted as he let her in, Angel blearily shaking awake from the commotion. The Hellcat sees her nemesis and hisses. "What do you think she's doing here?" Angel asked. Incredulously, Naruto rolled his eyes. "Angel, we've been over this. I've been watching Tora for years and she taught you a lot too. Be grateful." Tora ignores the hissing and smugly pressed up against Naruto's legs, who promptly scratches behind her ears. "I still don't understand how you and that demon get along, Chibi Kohai. Tora's the bane of every Genin, and to find out you taught her your stealth skills and how to tree and water walk." Hikaru pointed an accusing finger at the blonde. "Whatever, senpai. Just go to sleep. Guy-sensei has a mission tomorrow, so we can sleep in." "Not exactly." A disembodied voice spoke from the darkness, and both human and cat jumped before scowling as Dragon appeared. "Both of you report to HQ tomorrow at 8. I'll have a mission for you both. Oh, and Mouse?" He held out his hand expectantly. "Nope. You not until you beat me, Dragon-sama. Would you like me to beat you around the village all night?" he asked in a bored tone. A scroll thrusted into his hands faster than a sunshine. "I was joking. Here. The entire collection that Jiraiya-sama gave me last week. All 30-something volumes." Dragon nodded before leaving in a burst of chakra, his two subordinates letting out breaths they didn't know they were holding. Moments later, Hokage office. Sarutobi was finishing up some last-minute paperwork, grumbling about that bastard summon trouncing him at poker, even with his hidden monkey summoning reading off the cards. Dragon shows up without warning and flops down in the chair watching his leader in amusement. "What is it now, Dragon? Here to gloat about the friend taking my savings? Nah, I would never think that. Not after Mouse continues to clean me out. I swear he passes his luck on to those around him, except me. Tonight I lost my food money. I'm sending Mouse on a long-term assignment tomorrow. His fridge is always stocked," Dragon said. Sarutobi's sweat dropped at his commander's complete honesty about stealing from his subordinates. "I see. Then what is it? Out of underlining to fighting? I heard the tuning patrols were slacking. You could amuse yourself with them," Sarutobi suggested. "I hear Deidara has been approved for the missing interrogation program," Dragon said before a moment, referencing Konoha's policy of allowing certain missing ninja into the village and attempting to become a loyal Konoha shinobi. Generally, they would start taking D rank without chakra with a Jonin escort. However, Dragon was never one of the tradition. "Yes, I was planning on having Asuma and his team be his watcher before testing him for the tuning in 6 months. He'd fit well among the tracker with his birds. I want him," Dragon said bluntly. "Absolutely not. The boy would be a good fit for the anbu." Dragon continued on without hesitance. "He's a genius. Much like Itachi and to lesser extent Mouse was a captain in Iwa's explosive corps, and he'd be both watched by men and hidden behind the masks to keep Iwa unaware for months at least." "No," Sarutobi interjected forcefully. "Why not? You already have one overpowered blonde in your ranks. Learn to share," the aged Hokage managed after sputtering. "Another thing, he'd be great help for Mouse when they fight. Shukaku and Deidara already respects Mouse after he beats him. He screams art is an explosion and hates subtle tactics, not anbu material, Dragon," Sarutobi pointed out, only to be waved dismissively. "Psst, that's what you said about Wolf, and look at him now. Captain level if needed, within the top 5 in both Taijutsu and Ninjutsu in Anbu, and his medical ninjutsu are coming along as well. That must be something, right?" "That may be, but he's Sarutobi struggled to find his words, like Hashirama-sama in too many ways, mixed with a touch of the old Naruto and a disturbing amount of Hikaru-ness for my liking," he finished lamely. "Wolf is a special case, but he's professional on missions." "True, and if I can beat Wolf into submission, I can certainly do that same for Mouse's long-lost brother from another mother." Sarutobi face palmed. "I'm not going to win this, am I?" he asked. A shake of the head was his answer. "Fine. Just what are you going to have him do on this probation, and what makes you think that the mask is the poor boy going to have? Well, mostly he'll be on hospital duty with Wolf, and I'll have him do plenty of endurance training, as like Itachi Deidara doesn't have as much physical strength. I hope to have him loyal to Konoha quickly, as he already seems to hate Eva for their stifling expectations of him and his past. Without that public pressure to take the king of desk jobs, oh excuse me, Kageship, Dragon amended as Sarutobi glare. Then he will come to see Konoha as a better alternative with his information that he'll freely given. Our spies could feasibly take out Eva anytime, or at least get a better reading on them. And as for his mask, Dragon reached into his cloak and pulled out a clean face mask that had Sarutobi stifle in laugh. I'm not sure embarrassment is the best way to keep him loyal. What are you talking about? It's a great mask. I designed it myself. Dragon huffed as he slipped it back. Sarutobi shook his head. If you say so. Dragon clapped his hands and headed towards the window. Where are you going now? Some lazy chunins are calling my name, Dragon replied dismissively, jumping away, leaving a chuckling Hokage behind. Next morning, Hikaru and Naruto were still as boards, watching their commander from behind masked as the enigma that was Dragon stared at them, clearly enjoying their discomfort. Mouse? Wolf? Dragon said with soft but held authority voice. I have separate missions for you, though both important and both long-term. First, Mouse. Naruto catches a scroll aimed at his head and pumps chakra into the ends, opening it. Scanning the contents, he heads whips up. Yes, it's a solo mission, and yes, it's a simple one. Wave has finished the treaty it wants to have with Konoha. You are to escort their diplomat back with Konoha's response. The elders want a 5% increase on mission prices though, so don't leave until you get them to agree. Use those political lessons for once. Naruto bit back a grumble. Yes, Dragon-sama. Though, what's the profile in the back? Oh, that's just one of the old tyrant Garo accountants. He's inherited Garo's eastern fortune and businesses, including the 12 side businesses in fire. Kill him, impersonate him, sign the deeds over to Konoha contract in the scroll, and then make his death seem natural. I mean, he's in 60 and old people die all the time before heading back. I would assign another anbu to this, but sending you just saves money and your transformation powers will be useful, as he said to employ some ninjas, though technically no time limit. Be back within 30 days or so for the Chunin exams. Now shoo. He waves Naruto away, who gasps a bit before complying. Senpai, same deal, okay? Angel's coming with me though, but the food in the fridge is yours, Naruto says as he walks out, not noticing Dragon's slight stiffening. Once the blonde is gone, Dragon turns towards his other subordinate. One, stay away from Mouse's apartment, I'll watch it. Second, what do you know about the prisoner Mouse brought in? That is some crazy Eva teenager? I'm not crazy. Artisan explosion. Deidara yells, entering the doorway with two irate Anbu members. Yes, Wolf. Meet your new roommates, says the dragon as their eyes widen. On to the east gate, Naruto casually checks his gear while waiting for the diplomat. Angel chasing a butterfly nearby. Hey Mouse, Angel asked, remembering to use his codename for once. Naruto looked over and tilted his head. Weren't we supposed to see Yakumo tomorrow for a picnic? Under his mask, Naruto paled. The sickly girl may have her chakra sealed and hit like a leaf, but her temper was fierce. Quickly, he wrote a letter and ran through some hand signs, summoning jutsu, and instantly a medium-sized panther arrived. Yes? What is it? The panther asked in a slight irate tone. Nobu, please deliver this to Yakumo-chan. She's at the place I showed you. Nobu hissed. I'm a battle messenger, not a go-between for couples. Summon my apprentice Phi if you want this done. But I literally seen snails run faster than Phi. Please, Nobu, for me. Staring at one another, Nobu eventually caves. Alright, fine, but only because I can't stand Phi's laziness. Already Akira's squad mocks us, battle messengers. Nobu muttered the last part and wandered off, with the letter in a bag attached to his midsection. As he ran, Nobu appeared to stretch in long bounds, covering twice his length with every stride. Angel chuckled as she sat by Naruto's feet. Slower than snails, why is Phi on the messenger squad? Anyways, she asked. The battle messenger squad was essential to the clan. They were known for delivering every message, written or verbal. Through the toughest of situations, Nobu himself had originally been feared by the Tiger clan before the merge, after he slaughtered 12 of their ranks to protect his cargo. His apprentice 5 was a wagon-sized tiger who dreamed of being like Nobu. Unfortunately, the young one was better suited for guarding the clan or heavy assault, but the elders wished to let the tiger try. Sometimes an impossible dream is impossible to let go of, no matter how foolish, Naruto said finally. Angel cocked her head. Huh? It's nothing, he assured her. Naruto straightened as the man they'd be escorting walked up. You must be the anbu guy the Hokage assigned. I'm Sora. Nice to meet you. Naruto eyed the man warily. Sora Yukimura, age 31, an official diplomat from the Wave Country. Average build, brown hair and chestnut eyes, and a traveling kimono, just barely above commoner standards. Overall, the man checked out, but his casualness around trained assassins was unnerving. However, Naruto was on a mission to ensure Konoha got 5% more of their missions taken from Wave clients, and hesitations would not help his case. A pleasure to meet you, Yukimura-san. You may call me Mouse, and this is Angel. This may be a stupid question, but aren't you a little short to be an anbu? I was told they were the elite, and you sound like a child, Sora said casually, but it was clearly an attempt to test the boundaries of the Lord's temper. I assure you, my height or suggested age doesn't impede my ability to negotiate around and guard or hide bodies. Naruto replied cheerfully and Sora sweated nervously. Right, we should be going. Naruto grunted and made several clones, one of which picked up startled Sora. It's so we travel faster, he explained to the man. This way we'll reach Wave within a couple of days. As they left Konoha with a yell of Yukimura, as Naruto smirked at that. So did Angel as they chuckle. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this part of, guys. I know it's quite short, but as you can see, I'm out of breath. And yeah, there are relatives in my house who are shouting and yelling, and it's quite unnerving. So yeah, I don't think I can continue for this part anymore. I will continue on the series, but this part I'll leave it here. As this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off.